don't ever feel like you got it all, because you're only a man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're not a superhero. You're not Superman. You don't wear the cape all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to know, in certain situations, ask. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouth will never get fed.
Welcome to Man Unmuted. What's up, fellas?
Hey,
What's going on, y'all boys?
let's go, man.
Another beautiful episode, man.
How's everybody feeling?
Hey, man, feeling good, man. Feeling great. Good
Let's
Friday.
Feeling
go.
good, feeling
Yes,
good.
Man, we have an amazing new guest, a new special guest, man. We have somebody that I've got the honor to watch grow into a man, from a boy to a man. And we have a father, we have a artist, a musician, a singer. We have a family man. We have a swimming connoisseur.
Hey.
You feel me? We have an entrepreneur. It's an amazing guest we have today, man. I can't wait to pick his brain on today's episode, man. We have Marley Marl Jamal in the building.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. That was a hell of an intro, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey,
Let's
man, that
go.
was I appreciate you, man. I feel very welcome, man.
Welcome to
Definitely.
the pod, brother.
Yeah.
Welcome to Man Unmuted, man.
And
Straight
unmuted, man. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
And today we got a good episode lined up, bro. You a dad, bro.
Yeah, of
you
course,
a
yeah.
dad, man. That's what we gonna talk about today. Modern dads, bro.
All
We're
right.
gonna talk about modern dads, man. Some of the things we go through, man. And also about asking for help. How is modern dads and asking for help, man? But let's get into it as modern dad or as men, bro.
Yes, sir.
The tough guy myth, bro. Like what is that about, bro? Like, men, do we feel we gotta like be tough all the time, or we gotta carry a lot on our back, bro? Do we feel we keep a lot in?
I mean, I feel like as a man, in certain situations, you have to necessarily. You necessarily have to. There is situations where you have to be the tough guy, but you just have to know when to turn it on and off, I would say, man. You can't be, major pain 24/7. You know what I'm saying? You got to show that love inside at some point.
Yeah.
At some point,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're trying to build that trust with your child and stuff like that. Especially if you want an open relationship with your child so they can be, communicating with you and stuff like that, man. You don't want to create that barrier, because it's hard to knock that barrier down once you create it, man. So.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely believe, though, it's some things we have to carry on our back. Like, some things we have to be a tough guy for, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely believe it's something, like you say, you got to be able to turn it on and off. You got to be able to turn it off and be like, okay, I'm going to be vulnerable this time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to talk to my friends. I'm going to talk to my spouse, and I'm going to let people in. You can't always have the rock rollers and pit bulls up around the defense
Right.
mechanism.
That's
bro.
true. That's big facts, big facts.
Go ahead.
I just think that's like the way we were raised, though. I think sometimes it's cultural,
Yeah.
a cultural thing. I feel like as black men, I feel like just the way that the world has treated us, I feel like now we just have to feel like we have to be a little more tough than the average, other, race or, culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think that I think we just take it a little too far. I think that we don't know when to turn it on and off.
Exactly.
I feel like our aunts and uncles and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know how to, but I think we're getting better with understanding when to turn the tough.
So when you say take
toughness
it too
off.
far, what you mean?
Like I just feel like I believe like in our culture, like we don't understand like when is it the time to be tough with family. Sometimes the family member needs tough love, but sometimes the family needs love with no
Okay.
tough.
Okay.
And I think sometimes we don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I think our culture, sometimes it's just always tough love. Like, for example, like I have family members that's like, I got it out the mud, so you got to get it out the mud.
Right.
You feel me? And then they could be the person that can help me not have to get it out the mud.
Yeah.
That's true.
But just because they got it out the mud, you got to do it. And I just feel like that's tough love for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that one. In most cases, I get the tough love part. I get that, but you don't want to also be a parent where it's like a little too lenient as well, though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then you a pushover. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a tough battle. It's
a balance. You gotta
you
create.
gotta have that balance, and that's
Yeah.
what life clearly is about: balance, bro, in all
For sure.
aspects. In all aspects.
Definitely. So what role does the media or women or your spouse play in that as men, dog? What roles does they play in that with helping us portray or have to be that tough guy to keep everything in? What roles do the media play? Social media.
I think social media creates this space where, like, people are faking so much, and it's like I found out something the other day that they have like photo shoots in fake private jets. Like, it's a fake private jet, but it looks like they're flying somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
crazy.
somebody can actually look like they're flying on a private jet, but really they just paid $50 an hour for this photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can make somebody feel like, just for example, if you had a classmate that you was like close with, or you're not really close with anymore, and then you see it, you're like, damn, this guy on a private jet. So now you start to look at yourself and like, damn, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I not doing?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
not
saying? So now you validating yourself based on somebody else and they fakeness. Not even a real situation.
Exactly. And just to touch up on that, a lot of people, like you said, they put on for social media like a facade or something like that. You got to understand, I would use Instagram for an example. Instagram is literally like your highlight tape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's your highlight tape. You're going to have your best pictures on Instagram. Yeah. You're going to have your best outfits, your best videos. Yeah. You showcasing yourself at a good time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can take that as an example of you trying to put on, but that's the time when you was happy in life. You get what I'm saying? So it's hard to keep up with a lifestyle like that, especially with the day and age we living in, where social media is like the forerunner of pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people are gonna put on for social media. So you just gotta. And in reality, you can't really base a person off of social media. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who the person truly is 100%. Behind that account.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And also, it depends also on your spouse, bro, because a spouse could play a big role in making you think you have to carry so much load and keep it inside, bro. So it also depends on the woman you with, bro. Like, that's very important with us as men, man. I think that sometimes it could hurt us, man. The woman we feel we can't be vulnerable to, we got to keep everything in. We got to, we just lost our job, or rather, we know we can't afford to pay certain bills, and we got to work overtime, or we got to borrow money for our friends, or we got to take a loan because we don't want to talk to that woman. That's very important on the spouse you pick, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
how y'all feel?
I don't have a spouse. I mean, but, dating and having close women friends, I have one that man, she's a ride or die. I don't know why we're not married. You know who you are. But yeah, man, like, even like I've had to sometimes, when I was going through my court situation with my daughter, and I had to pay $7,000 for attorney fees and court fees and stuff like that, and I'm like, hey man, can you I need I need $1,000, I need $1,200, and she was like, okay, got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to fix the situation with your daughter. So I feel that, having that support from a woman is very beneficial for men. And I think that men need to just start being comfortable with just asking, bro. Because one thing I understand, like, sometimes if you just ask a woman to be like, okay, I got you. Yeah. But sometimes we just have that ego and that man thing, like, I don't want to. But, bro, everybody asks for help. Everybody needs help.
For sure.
So
what do y'all think are the common reasons men don't ask for help? Like, not just from a spouse, but from anybody, like from your homies. Like, what may be the common reasons men just don't ask for help?
I know, in my case, I can only speak for myself, but in my case, it would be just, you finally be vulnerable and you open up and ask somebody for that help, and they do it for you, and then they throw it up in your face in the future. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, that's a big buzzkill. So it's like, I was being vulnerable.
I needed you.
I needed you. And the time I needed you the most, you know what I'm saying? And, you just throw it up in my face, and you know what I'm saying? And were you genuinely doing it? You know, that's the question at the end of the day. If you're going to throw it up in the future, did you genuinely do it? You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's one thing I can say can really affect the man on asking somebody for help or something like that.
I definitely agree with that, man. I feel when you do stuff from the heart, bro, you don't have to mention it back, man.
I agree.
Like, what I always say, bro, is don't ever think you got over someone with a big heart, bro. Like, don't ever think you got over them. You just ran into a real one with a big heart, man.
For sure.
So I don't worry if I do something for somebody, and whether they replicate it later, if I need the same situation and they don't do it, I still don't feel bad for what I did for them.
Exactly.
Because I know I did it from the heart, bro, and I don't got to bring up what I did for them. So I definitely agree to people throwing it in your face, bro. So that's one of the reasons I agree that it's hard asking for help, man. Another thing I think is important, that we look weak. Men, we feel that we look weak when we ask for help. Yeah. We feel that, like, that's a sign of weakness, that, bro, I'm reaching out and I'm hitting you up like, bro, I'm going through it. Bro, I need some advice. Like, bro, I don't know what to do. And I want to seem strong when I'm around you. Like, hey, how's everything going? I'm good, bro. No matter what's going on, no matter if my wife got cancer or I'm sick or anything, I'm good, bro. And we just always, I'm good, bro. We don't want to feel weak.
Would you consider that like your ego getting in the way?
Yeah. I definitely believe that's part of man. We got a big ego. That's for sure, bro.
Sure.
We all want to seem like we got it all together.
Yeah.
And in reality, nobody got it all together. I ain't gonna lie, man. I have friends, and we all have friends that's millionaires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have friends that's millionaires have asked their other millionaire friends for advice. That have asked their other hey man, I might need a couple of dollars. It may be it ain't $200, but they ask for help. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard those conversations, and I've been a part of those conversations, and it's like, bro, people need help, and it's fine.
I think it's interesting that you say that. 'Cause I think the more money you get, the more you see that people ask for help. They don't mind going to their friends with you. They don't mind building them relationships. Yeah. They don't mind having mentors, or they had mentors to get to where they are. And I think that's what men have to understand. The next generation have to understand, bro. It's all about mentors, bro. Having people pour into you, and then you pour back into the other people, bro.
Yeah.
So that's very important. It's good that you said
so
that.
it was a good friend of mine. He'll be on later on in the season. He always said your net worth will help your net worth. You dig what I'm saying? So the people that you know, and the people that you're around will build it up. And guess what? Sometimes you're gonna need help. Yeah. Because if I want to be a millionaire and I'm around millionaires, guess what? I gotta ask them how did they get there. I gotta ask.
Help. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's okay doing it though. And it's like I don't know how people feel bad about it, but as I get older and I mature, I understand how important it is to just be comfortable asking for help.
So how would friends and family, you say, help with that situation and help men who want to ask for help without making them feel inadequate? Like how can friends and family help on that aspect?
I'm big on people just communicating. Communication is very key. Reassurance as well. So, if your partner telling you, hey, I got you, no matter what, any situation, I got you. Reassurance is key. That's key. If your partner, even, like you say, you go through your spouse or anything like that, if your spouse is not, reassuring you, hey, I know you lost your job, but I got you. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to hold it down for you.
Right.
That's your rock. You get what I'm saying? That's somebody you can depend on in a situation. You get what I'm saying? You just got to dictate who to depend on in certain situations. You got certain friends for certain things.
Situations.
For sure.
100%.
You got certain friends for certain situations. So the friend you can ask for that, if you need a little loan or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Your friend who you want to go have a party with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got different friends for different aspects of life, you know what I'm saying? So just making sure, the people you got around you are just, reassuring you, they got your back, whether it's your friend, whether it's your spouse, anything of that nature, you know what I'm saying?
See, but the thing I learned from you though, Will, is like be that friend though that you need in other people. You know what I'm saying? You have to be that person that somebody needs you. Guess what? You need to be able to do the same thing for them. If somebody needs you, you need to be able to do the same thing. You shouldn't just always be on the receiving end of anything.
Yeah,
that's even biblical. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
It's a big thing. That's like real. You should be. It's better to give than receive. You know what I'm saying? So we all gonna ask questions and need help and receive, but you still should be able to give as well. Like when somebody needs you, give too.
Yeah.
I feel that too, man. Friends and family, we always got to check in more with each other, bro. Sometimes we get so busy in life, bro, that we don't even check in and generally see how people doing or what can I do for you. Like we don't always got to see each other or party, or we always got to see each other and just hang or do this or that. Like just generally check in. Like, Ma, what's going on, bro? You good? Like what you may need from me. Like you can feel my energy that I'm really here for you, bro. You need somebody to talk to, bro. Like you said, I got it, bro. You need something, I got you. Don't worry about it. Give it back when you can, fam. Like we just generally got to start checking in on each other, bro. Because we go through the routine of life so much, we may not have talked to certain people for 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
I mean, we on the grind. That's good. But at the end of the day, if something happened to that person, you at the funeral crying like, damn, I miss my dog. Like, damn, that hurt. But
and then that too, like, because I pride myself on being somebody that do check in with people a lot. I feel like I do that often with family and friends. But I feel like it's very important to do so because, like, you don't want to be the person that, I haven't talked to you in a year. And as soon as I hear from you, you asking me for something.
Yeah. That's
you feel me? That ain't okay, bro.
That's crazy.
Like,
work. That's crazy.
You feel me? That's
crazy
not
work,
okay. You ain't even ask me how I was,
Exactly.
how I'm doing, how my kids doing, how my life doing, but you gonna ask me for a favor. I feel like that's the thing too that people don't. That's why people don't even ask for help because they don't even reach out and check on the person that they even asking the help from.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to like love on that person before you need them. Just be there for them before you need them. And I think that's the thing too that people got to do better with.
Damn, that's really real. I never thought about it in that aspect.
No, that's
real.
definitely real. That's
I mean, I take
how
pride
many
in
of us
that,
know
yeah.
people like that, bro?
I take pride in that. I do that. I feel like I do that quite often, and y'all can attest to that. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's very important to go check in on people, check in on family, check in on friends, call, text, go see them. You know, I don't care if it's, I done came to your house, Maul, for 10 minutes and, had a
Yeah.
drink and we just chop it up real quick and guess what? I'm out.
gone,
You feel me?
yeah.
Like, I've
That's all
done
it
it.
takes, bro.
So, that's all it takes, man. Like,
Bro, I
it's
think that's
very
definitely important. You said that's key, bro. You don't always want to be that friend that I don't hear from you only when you asking for something.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person. Like, soon as they see KT text, they like, oh boy, I already know. I know he been ask for something. Come on, you don't want to be that person.
That's not good at all, bro. That's not good at all.
That's important because, bro, when I pray, sometimes I catch myself and I always want to go to God asking for something, bro. Sometimes when I pray, I don't always want to be, God, I need this. God, can you do this? God, I need this. Sometimes I just
That's a
go,
word.
just thank him, bro.
Yeah,
just thank
that's
him
all
with
you gotta
gratitude
do.
for what I got, man.
That's
Just
a
thank him
word.
for the little stuff, for just thanking you for my daughter. Thank you for my job. Thank you
Yeah.
for the car. Thank you for
Yeah.
my investments, whether it was big or small, God. I don't always want to be, God, I need this. Every
Yeah.
time I go to prayer, God, I need this,
And
bro.
it's crazy
That's
you bring that up. I went through a phase in my life where I was just just giving them thanks. I didn't ask them for anything. I just was giving them thanks. Sometimes you just got to give somebody praise. That's
Yes.
all it takes sometimes, man. I literally sat down. Like, that's crazy you brought that up, man. Just thankful for everything in life, man. Cause thankful you woke up this morning.
Yeah.
Thankful you
The
can
little
walk.
things.
Yeah.
Thankful you
The
can
little
blink your
things.
eyes. Thankful
Yeah.
you can use your brain. Like, bro, people are understanding the little things.
Yes.
Because there's certain
The little
people that
things,
can't
bro.
walk, bro. There's certain
Exactly.
people in the hospital, they got crutches or they in a wheelchair, bro.
Yeah.
For
There's
sure,
certain people
bro.
that can't talk, bro. There's certain people that have seizures, they tongue, they
Yeah,
struggling
bro.
to talk.
We
They gotta go to
gotta be-
therapy.
Yeah, it's,
gotta be
it's
grateful,
people in the
bro.
hospital with their kids.
Literally.
You feel me? And
Literally.
man, you got to just thank God, man, and pray for those people.
Yeah.
Pray for the people that's going through those things you're not going through too.
No, that's real, man.
I think when you understand gratitude, bro, too, like you're not afraid to ask for help, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, what would you guys tell if you had a son, bro? If your son is old enough, what would you tell that next generation, bro? That next man or that man who the next generation who you can help, like if they struggling to ask for help or they're afraid, what would y'all tell them? The best advice you would give them.
I mean, for me, like I would say, you have to reach out to people. That's just one thing. Like I teach my daughter that now. Like sometimes I have my daughter to just like send voice messages to my sister or send voice messages to you or send voice. I want her to get used to just reaching out to people. I don't want her to be the person that only when you need to be like what we just said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm teaching her to understand that you have to like reach out to people and touch in, and see how people doing. And you don't feel bad asking somebody for help after, you've been, you feel me? That's just what I think.
By me being I actually have a son, so it really is real. In my case, I feel like I'll just tell my child, just like y'all, just to touch on what y'all said earlier, man. Be that person that you want somebody to be for you, man. Give and you'll receive, man. So it's like don't ever feel like you got it all, because you're only a man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're not a superhero. You're not Superman. You don't wear the cape all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to know, in certain situations, ask. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouth will never get fed.
Never get fat, bro. And you know me, bro. I went to a phase of my life where I read a bunch of books, bro. So
Yeah.
y'all gonna see me up here. I'm gonna always go back to certain books, but I read a book called The 4 Agreements, bro.
Okay.
One of the agreements is always do your best.
Yeah.
And I think I'll tell the next generation or my son, as long as you always doing your best and you're trying, people gonna see it. They gonna feel
Yeah,
your
for
energy,
sure.
bro.
Exactly.
And if you got real ones around you, they'll be afraid to talk to them.
Mhm.
As long as you doing your best, bro. As long as they see that, all right, Maul trying. Maul really on his grind. Like Maul doing this, Maul in school,
Yeah.
Maul, but he need a couple bucks.
Yeah.
You may not even have to
You may not
ask.
even
It
have
may
to
just
ask
be,
it,
all right,
yeah.
here you go, soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you need this. Here you go. I see what you're doing, man. So it's just always do your best, bro. Don't be one of the ones that's lazy. That's always asking and you ain't even trying. You just sitting around smoking. You just sitting around chilling. You ain't even taking care of your kids, but you want me to give you money. Nah,
I
bro.
don't
Or
work
you ain't
like
even
that.
taking care of your kids, but you need a ride. Or you always calling me like,
Yeah.
bro,
Right.
nah, dog.
I agree.
If you always doing your best, bro, like the energy I feel gonna follow. I'll just tell the next generation, that boy out there that's so struggling for help, just do your best. Just try your hardest. Just get out there and grind. Just give it all you got, bro.
Yeah, and I noticed in myself that the most people I gave to were people who didn't even ask me. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
real.
It's just like
That's
I
real.
just see your passion. I
Yeah.
see what you're trying to do. I want to push you there. I want to get you to that next point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that puts just the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just know. I feel like that's what God put me on on earth to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just to, be that bridge for people. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Take people to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what it is, man. And
That could be your purpose, bro.
you never, hey,
you never know.
You never know. You never know.
You never know, bro.
Probably one of them.
Yeah, probably one of them, dog.
But let me ask both of y'all something, man. Just in general, like, have you ever felt like out of balance as far as like work, being a dad, goals, dreams? Like, how do you balance all of that?
Bro, it's tough, man. All the time. Sometimes I feel like it's not enough time in the day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man, because you want to work hard to provide for your family, but you also want to be able to get on that time that your kids may need to have daddy home, bro. Or you want to give that time that your wife want to need to have her husband and be there for him. Yeah. But next thing you know, you got a graduation coming up, bro. Or you got prom coming up,
or
you got a recital, or she off to college, your kid's off to college, and you got to help out, but you don't want to miss the moment. So it's tough having that balance, man. So you got to be able to pick and choose, man. I just feel you got to be able to pick and choose and just prioritize and know the most important moments, man. You can't miss. No matter the money, you can't miss those moments. Yeah. You can always go back and get that grind, but those moments can't come back. Time is something you can't never replace.
Exactly.
It's something you can never
replace. And that's one thing I wish you could buy. But
you
can't buy time. You can't buy time. You cannot buy time,
buddy, at all.
Yeah, man.
You can't buy it, man. So
but like you say about the balance is touching up on the balance. It's I thank God in the workplace that I'm in, my boss, he's very big on balance. You know what I'm saying? He try his best to not slave us, you know what I'm saying? Even though work is demanding. It is demanding. So you'll be out here working hard, get employee of the month, but your girl at home fussing you out for not being there with the child, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, you got other situations going on in the background, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to find that balance. You just have to really like you say, man, prioritize what you want in life, man. Your family is a very big thing. Yeah, man. I feel like
a very big thing.
And like I always said too, man. Like I learned in therapy, and I think I said this before. Is like balance is never gonna be like a 50-50 thing. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? Like that is never gonna be. I think balance is something that's gonna outweigh something. Yeah. That's real to me. That's real balance. You know what I'm saying? So family to me should always outweigh everything else. Your children should always even if it's a little bit, it should always, even if it's 51-50, it should always outweigh something. You know what I'm saying? So and then it just depends too on like, obviously what you value. Yeah. Because some people don't have kids. So then if you don't have children, obviously then your dreams, your goals, but your health, that's something that you should value. Right. It's just everything is nothing going to be 50-50, bro. It's never going to be that way.
Never.
And I had a friend, bro. He was always switching jobs. It was so funny. And I used to think it was because he was switching jobs for more pay. And then one time I found out, he was like, man, whenever a job I can't get off because I got something to do with my kids, I'm calling out. Yeah. And he was like, I don't care what they do, how many call outs they give me, how many points they give me. And then they fire me, they gonna fire me. Yep, bro, I say I'm gonna find another job. Yep. Bro, I say, but I'm not gonna miss this time with my family.
No, that's real.
And I took that. I was like, and I learned from that. Oh my God. I was like, that is real.
That's
bro.
most important.
Yeah, for sure. You only got one family.
Right.
Yeah.
You can get another job.
Right.
And he find them.
Yeah.
And guess what? And he find them.
And them jobs gonna replace you, but your family can't replace you.
Exactly.
So I'm with that. But my thing is too though. Let me ask you this, both of you guys. Financially, rather, have you ever like equated how much you got going on financially to your own self-worth? Or has that ever made sense? Like, for example, like at one point I was like a check-to-check guy.
Okay.
And I felt like shit because I was a check-to-check guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever like equated financial to you as a person? Like what your financial situation is at all?
I can't do it because I mean, I feel like some of the happiest times of my life, I was broke. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of the happiest times I had, I was broke as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I feel like it's after you get older, you start to value how much it is, it is to have financial freedom and stuff like that. Everybody's rooting for financial freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you just of course, you having money gonna make you happy, but like you say, certain people when they get all of this money, they become miserable.
Yeah,
for
sure.
So it's like, it's a 50-50.
I think that happened when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, bro. when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you see their life and you comparing your life, then you kind of like, dang, I don't got what they got, or I can't do what they do. But I remember somebody told me when I was younger, bro, that success is subjective. Like, whatever you feel is successful, however you feel is successful in your household, bro, that's your household, bro.
Exactly.
And you happy, be happy with. Don't look at the next person's household.
I mean,
Exactly.
but like keeping up with the Joneses, like like you said, doing what other people. But it's like when you can't do what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. When you want to take your family on a vacation and don't care and just go. You know what I'm saying? When you just can't do that, but you want to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Okay,
it's not about. It's not always about what other people.
You know how I feel, bro. I feel everything's in seasons. So if I can't do it right now, I'm not stressing it, man. I'm not stressing because I know it's gonna be a season where I can do that and more.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna believe and I'm gonna have faith and I'm gonna believe that this season I can't do it. So I'm not gonna stress myself and put that weight on my back.
I get what you're saying, and I get what you're saying, KT. Certain people will feel stressed because they child. I want to go to Disney World. I want to go to Disney World, and they can't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Some men would just feel discouraged and stuff like that, and scold themselves. Because they can't do that for them child at the moment. But
you know what it really be?
What's that?
I ain't gonna lie. What it really be is they know they fucked the money up.
Yeah.
That's what it really be.
That's what it be too.
That's what it be. They know they had it, and they just blew it on some other that they ain't posted undone. They done been to the strip club. They done bought bottles. They done smoked it up, and that's what it really be. That's what the guilt really come from.
That's
at the end of the day,
that's true.
You dig what I'm saying? So I'm even guilty of that. I fell a victim to that a couple times until I had the freaking light came on. You know what I'm saying? When my daughter was like 4 or 5 years old, I'm like, bro, what do you really?
Yeah, come on.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think it is too.
I got you.
Bro, you ever feel guilty or like missing out on time with your children because you're on the grind? Because your child, you're on the grind?
100%.
Like
even coming here tonight, like I had to like say, oh, Daddy's gonna be out with Jamal. You know, Daddy's gonna be out with Uncle Willie. Like I had to like let her know I'm gonna be out with them. We're gonna go talk, and we're gonna be on YouTube. And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna be on YouTube? Go!" Like I had to like make it sound good for her, but she didn't want me to leave. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's only guilty when it's bull. BS.
Agree.
But if you're going to do what's right, you're going to do something that's going to possibly bring something back to them.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for that.
That's real. I'm with it. That was real.
I definitely agree, man. I feel that it's only guilty, like you say, when you only feel guilty when you're not on the grind. When you missing it for BS stuff.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, I've made excuses to like, go to the strip club and like leave my daughter with my mom. And the whole time I'm in the strip club, I feel like shit like that. And then on my phone, my daughter's on my phone, you feel me, on my background. And I'm like, man, let me get up out of here, man. Like, you feel me? Like, that's not important.
I feel like every dad goes through that, man. I noticed myself doing that one time at a club, and my boys like, man, what's going on? Why you looking at your son? Bro, I miss my son. I'm like, I'm ready to go to the house.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we having fun, but hey, I'd rather be with my child right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I seen some of my friends doing it as well. They laughing at me for doing it.
Yeah.
And then a year later, they turn around, they doing it. I'm like, man, you remember you were telling me about that?
Yeah.
Now look at you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's funny, man. It's
So what do y'all feel is the biggest financial stressors for being a dad as a father, bro? What do you feel is some of the biggest financial stressors?
child support.
1,000%.
That's it. I'm telling
Man,
you.
Sure.
And guess what? That whole system ain't built for us.
It's not.
It's not built for us at all, man. I was in a joint custody 50-50, and I was paying $500 a month. I was in arrears $21,000. You dig what I'm saying? And so it ain't for you, man.
How's that even fair?
How's it even
50
possible?
custody? Come on.
And I'm paying $5. But guess what, man? You got to press through, bro. You got to find a way, press through. And at the end of the day, it's your kid.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's gonna work, bro. You just gotta just figure it out, bro. And that's the thing, though. That's the tough part that we was saying earlier as men.
Exactly.
Is that how do you figure that shit out, bro? Because sometimes it's not it's not easy at all,
bro.
A lot of times it's so not easy, bro. You just gotta figure out how I'm gonna make this work.
And as a man, you gotta do it.
You have to, but bro, don't nobody give us. Don't nobody give, bro. A lot of times, I ain't gonna lie. My love language is like words of affirmation.
For sure.
So I love to get a little pat on the back from women. So a lot of times when I'm around women at work and in other places, I always be like, I'm a single dad. I love to get women. Oh man, that's so beautiful. Like I love to hear that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like because in the real world, men, fathers, we don't get nothing, dog. We don't get no respect. We don't get no love. It's always figure it out, do better, provide more, do this.
Exactly.
Oh, it's so tough, bro.
I would say I think women a lot of times see fathers as, how you ride a bike. You learn how to ride a bike when you like 5 or 6 or 8 or 9. And you may be 36 and you ain't ride a bike in 15 years, but you get on a bike and you know how to ride a bike, bro. Like it's just always that. They see us as fathers just like that, bro. It's just we do stuff on a daily, on a natural, and we don't be appreciated because we just constantly do it. Yeah. We just constantly do. So they see it as something you gotta do. You gotta provide. You gotta do that. They don't take time to give us grace, bro. And sometimes that's all we need as men is that is grace. Yeah. And that could go so far, bro. Just giving us that grace. That just thank you, honey. Like I see what you did. See all the overtime you had to do to make this happen. To get this house, and
that'll take you as a man to the next level, bro. To the next level.
Them words affirmation from your woman is a lot, bro. Like I think every man enjoys that, bro.
Sure, that's my love language for sure,
bro. From your woman to hear her, bro, just see your grind and appreciate it, or just see you as a dad doing what you got to do, work 20 hours extra, bro, and come home and still be able to spend time with your kids, still be able to do all that, bro.
That's a turn on.
Yeah, it should be. It should be.
That's a turn on. I love that.
That was my next question. How does being in a relationship help with the financial pressures of being a dad? Do y'all feel it help? Like if you're in a relationship, does it help less with the financial pressures of being a dad?
It depends on how y'all set up y'all responsibilities.
Okay.
In that part. Me, I'm a man. I'm an old school man. So I mean, I'm carrying the boatload. That's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? Her little things here and there is definitely loved, but it's I could deal without it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's appreciated, but it's not needed.
It's not needed for sure. I'm an old school dude too. My grandma had a lot of impact on my life, so I
sure.
definitely believe in carrying a lot of responsibilities, man. It's funny you say that. 'Cause I think of this episode I was watching on Martin, bro.
Yeah.
And then Gina had said something like, I had to get some money from Cole. And Marvin's like, why you borrow money from Cole? You don't ever need to borrow money from Cole. You come to me. And she like, oh, you went around here. I didn't think you had it because you said something. He's like, well, if I don't got it, I'm going to borrow the money from Cole and I'll give it to you. You feel me? Like, nah, don't do that.
You got to do that.
And that's us as men, bro. That's us. We don't never want our woman to worry or notice what we don't have or don't stress. Like, you don't worry. Let us stress. Let us figure it out.
Exactly.
Let us have to borrow. Let us have to do overtime. Let us have to go start these business. Let us have to do more, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with that.
Me too, for sure, bro.
Man. But I mean, I've been single for a long time, man. So it's a little different for me. I'm a little out of that realm a little bit.
All right.
However, though, for me, I feel that and it may be a little selfish because I've been on a couple of dates and I've had some situations where it's like, and I know it's selfish when I'm like, I have a kid. If you have a kid, I feel like I don't want to like take away from mine to give to yours and. That's something I just got to get out of. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I don't want to take away from mine to give to yours. So that's just what I think with that. I know I got to grow and mature in that area
for sure.
So I know that's an issue for me. I know it is. Yeah. I've had conversations with women. They're like, man, you can't look at it like that. But
look, you already taking the first step. You're acknowledging it. You see the situation.
Self-awareness, bro.
Exactly, bro. So it's something you can work on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have to. I know I do.
It's a process, bro. It's a process.
It's not an event.
Exactly.
So do you think there's a difference? Do y'all think there's a difference from how when women ask for help and men ask for help? Do you think it's more easier for women to just go ask for help?
Of course.
Hell yeah, bro.
Of course.
Hell yeah. They got their hands out,
bro. They don't have to have their hands out.
Guess what? They could post a picture and get money.
And they ain't even got to ask.
That ain't even help. You know, like they could just post a picture and people sending their money. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. It's
like
way
the women
different.
Now got it so sweet. Like they got it so sweet right now, bro. Social media made it so sweet. If you look good,
even if you don't look,
look good,
right? I done seen some fours act like they 10s and,
sure.
and then they
Got
got
the way filters set up for sure.
Hey, don't talk about Photoshop.
Oh,
for sure.
what?
For sure.
AI.
Oh,
It's over
stop.
with, bro.
Man,
It's over
I don't
with.
know what we don't know what we getting.
We don't know. We don't know, bro. You like I was saying earlier, but you just never know what's behind that camera. Like, you
Yeah,
never
it's
know what's
way
behind
easier
that
for
food.
women. It's way easier for women.
Totally,
to ask
dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Totally, they can ask, man, and not even feel some type of way about asking. Like how we got to go through the hassle of thinking of, man, dang, I got to ask this person. I don't want to do this. My pride don't want me to ask for this person.
Yeah.
Women don't care about that. They gonna ask you on the first date.
Yeah,
Bro,
Like,
the first
like
date.
first date, like text messages.
Yeah.
Bro.
I had a bitch text me one time, bro. Text me. I sent her a message on Instagram. She told me a DM fee.
What?
I said, man, what? I gotta pay you to reply to me? Do you know who I am?
Dog,
Like that's crazy. Like what?
Wow.
Come on, dude. That's
A DM fee is crazy.
crazy,
A
bro.
DM
I've
fee is
never
See, they
experienced
getting out of
nothing like
control.
that. Out of control. Just to get a reply.
But like you say, bro, you'll go out with a chick on the first date. The second date, she be like, "Yeah, come over to see me, but bring my kids something to eat." They don't mind, bro. Quick, it'll be quick. And guess what? That's just me. You gonna bring it? You really like her? You really want her?
Looking really good enough.
What you want? Chick-fil-A?
two Happy Meals?
PF Chains? Okay.
I don't know. My
I'm on the way.
baby gonna eat too. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's
Hey,
I gotta get out of that.
Came back around. You gotta get out of that.
I'm gonna bring your baby some PF chains some takeout, and my baby at the house. And she, nah, not me.
Nah, not you.
Not
Hey,
me.
hey, he still
We ain't
no
doing
business.
that. I
no business.
don't. Let me ask y'all that. How y'all feel like that's wrong of me though to feel that way? Because let me give y'all an example. The same example that I've given women at work and other
Okay, let me hear it. Let me
atmospheres.
hear
So,
this one.
for example, I have a $1,000 limit I give Ari for Christmas. That's for her Christmas.
Okay.
So now I get in a relationship with a young lady. She has two kids, 3 kids. So obviously she's expecting me to get her kids something too. I can't not get them nothing.
Oh, you can't.
So now my $1,000 Christmas limit now got to be split up. Or Ari's 1,000 that she been getting the last 7-8 years got to get split up, and then now I got you feel me? So now either
get you.
But
I
if
get
you tell a woman that, she gonna say, you know how to split it, just raise your $1,000 to $3,000. What you gonna say?
woo.
You get a woman.
Okay,
That's
so
how women think.
so- you see, but that's very interesting because guess what? So now you saying that because you got to get one gift. That's the only reason you saying that because you just got to get my baby one. That's the only reason. And guess what?
I get that.
Guess what? They daddy gonna get them theirs.
That's true.
So now they get a gift from me and from they.
I get you. I've been in a situation like that though. I wouldn't say you're gonna have to, like you say, you're gonna have to turn
yeah.
take that 1,000 down for
Yeah.
sure. For sure, you got to take the 1,000 down, but I
Split
ain't
it
saying
up.
you got to
Split it
give
up.
them 500.
Yeah.
You just give them a little something. You ain't got to go all crazy. You ain't got to be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Or you don't gotta overly do them and not do your daughter.
Yeah, of course you.
Because
that's your
I'm just
child.
saying,
of course
because-
you're gonna
yeah.
do the most for your child.
Okay,
for
but
sure.
then you don't think that the woman will feel like, oh well, so you gonna do this and not gonna do that?
Nah, then that shouldn't be the person you're dealing with.
Okay, sound good.
For sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that
I
shouldn't be the
was
person
gonna
you're
say,
dealing
bro,
with.
I've been out the game a while, so I'm just
I
these are things
understand
that,
it for
that
sure.
scare me a little bit.
Women know. They're not stupid. They know that they're not your child. They know. They know this. So, of course, it's not going to be the same love. I still love that child genuinely. Don't get me wrong. But it's just going to hit different because that's my child.
Right.
Stepkids. How y'all feel about stepkids?
So, bro, that's what I was just gonna say, bro. I think having a blended family is one of the toughest things out here nowadays.
super
bro.
tough, bro.
I think
super
it's tough. It's
Super
tough as a dad, and sometimes tough on the other parent too, the moms, bro, because it's stuff we may feel or do unconsciously, bro. Like especially sometimes you may look at your kid and you may be like, hey, don't say this, like don't talk to them in a certain way. You may feel,
Yeah.
or you may not understand. Or you may not feel you know what to do to your spouse child. Like I don't want to discipline them like that. I'm gonna let y'all handle it. Y'all handle
for sure.
it.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I don't want you to feel no certain way.
It's kind of tough, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Because you may get a situation where you want to discipline that child. Don't get me wrong, but
sure.
you can't. And that way mess with you mentally. Like, I ain't going to lie to you. I was in a situation where it was eating me up alive because, like, these little girls they know what they doing. Like, when they get to the age where they know what they doing, they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, what can I do? Now it's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's disrespect at that point. So it's like now I got to go through your mom to deal with you. Like
Yeah, and then
it's
and then
tough,
what
it's
if,
tough.
and then what if that other parent is present too?
Okay, for sure.
Like that. What if that dad is present? It's like, I don't want you doing this and doing that. So now it's a real situation.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
And especially if it's a boy, you don't feel you ain't gonna let no other boy disrespect you. It's different when it's a girl. But if you got a 17-year-old, 16-year-old boy in the house,
yeah,
and
he gonna try you. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And you gonna be like, I don't care who your daddy is. You gonna respect this my house.
Then guess what? He gonna tell his daddy, he said he don't care who you is, and then that.
And it makes
a
spark
blended
conflict.
family is tough, bro.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It gotta
I
be
feel
a-
like you have to be at a real high level of maturity.
Yes, 100%,
Yeah.
1000%.
For sure, bro. That's the only way you can get through it, bro.
Yeah.
You have to put your feelings to the side.
you gotta know
put
when-
your pride to the side. You gotta
Yes.
put all that to the side.
High level
Yeah,
maturity is good.
and you got to know when you there, because I know right now I ain't there.
Yeah.
I know it, and like I'm confessing it now. So if you know you ain't there, don't sign up
Put
for
yourself
it.
in that situation.
Period.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. It take a little time, man. I feel like I'm there. Like I have no choice. Like, especially I'm not with the child of my mother. I mean the child of my son. So it's like I built that casket. I gotta lay in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
you know what comes with it. I know she's gonna date other men. I know that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of life. Like you said, just the maturity, bro. Like
Yeah.
I think
I
you
can't
said
sit here and try to
something-
fight everybody.
You said something key too, bro. You gotta give it time. I think patience is a key with a blended
Patience,
family, bro.
yeah, very.
Because we coming from two different worlds. We coming from where you may have a daughter, I may have a son, or we may be this or that. So we gotta have patience with each other. We may have two totally different parenting styles.
Yeah,
Like
for
you
sure,
may
yeah.
want to think yelling at your child is the way, and I'm on to teaching, bro. Like don't yell at my
yeah,
son.
yeah.
That's
Like don't
real.
yell at my daughter. Like I may be into a whole different method than you. We just gotta have patience with each other in communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got to come together. All right, let me learn you. This how you do, because I always say there's no manual for how to raise a kid, bro. Like your way you raise your kid, you give me that manual, it may not work for how I raise my kid. So
Yeah.
we got to come together, be patient, learn each other ways, and then high level maturity. Go back to
So-
like what you said.
So
high level
suppose if
maturity.
your partner doesn't listen to you in that situation, they still going with the screaming and aggression. How would you deal with that?
Ooh, I would still try to communicate. I would still try to get them different examples and understand and let them understand that that's not the way. Now, if they constantly not listening and screaming at my child, then this not meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
That's
got to
real.
separate
That's
ourselves.
real. That's
because
real.
now you're not understanding me. Now you're not understanding.
Yeah.
Is it not understanding, or you just not respecting what's going on?
Respect. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Respect.
You're right.
You
'Cause
gotta
you
respect.
understand. You're not respecting. Like maybe they're just who you is. Maybe you can't help it. Maybe they're your characteristics. You can't help it. So we got to take you out of this equation.
And
Yeah.
and genuinely that comes from just women not wanting to follow their man. You gotta follow your man. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be. I shouldn't be taking lead from you. You should be taking lead from me.
Straight
you know what
up.
I'm saying?
True.
So that's a big thing that we go through in 2025.
Yeah.
That's where they look at. They hate that word, but submissive, bro.
Yeah.
They hate it, but it's not a
They
bad.
hate
thing.
it. I don't know why they hate it, but they hate it.
It's not a bad thing, man. If you got the right one who you know you're following as a woman, being submissive shouldn't be a bad thing.
Easily.
It's easily, bro. Easily. But we
Man.
coming down to the end of this
Man,
episode.
I wish we had more time, dog.
Yeah,
Nah,
genuinely.
this was fire, man. But we're gonna close it how we always do, bro. You got us out.
Hey, man, we're gonna close out with a quick prayer. We're gonna pray for everybody that's out there listening, every man, even if women out there that's listening. Father God, we just want to thank you for this moment. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. God, we just want to ask you for grace. God, you say you give us new grace every day, God. We just want to thank you for it. We just want to ask, God, that you just give us patience, Father God, as men, as fathers, as co-parents. Father God, we just want to ask that we just get your word and just take it to the next level, God. We just want to ask that you just continue to lead us with your word, God. Just allow us to be who you called us to be as men, as fathers, and as co-parents, God. It's not an easy journey, but God, with you, you make it better. So, Father God, we just want to thank you and just give you grace and just continue to ask us for grace. God, we just thank you so much. In Jesus' name we pray, God. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Tune in for another episode next week, man. Man, unmuted. Man, unmuted.